Hi everyone, I'm Carol. Happy to share about lesson 15 because it's really a small progression from the usual divination that we have been doing on a topical basis, ranging from career, from job, from investment to doing health. Coming to lesson 15 is very different because it's a little advanced in 奇门遁甲 where we talks about finding the real energy um, within the doors and the elements itself. So I think it is something which is very interesting because we have been doing Shimen charts plotting, and the focus is always looking at the very big characters within the chart. It really never came across to me that the English color words below all these big characters in the chart actually has meaning, and the meaning runs deep for me, you see. So um, coming to lesson 15, it really spilled the beans to tell people, hey, all those colored English words beneath all the characters amongst all the palaces, what does it mean and what does it tell? So very simple focus that I have picked up is that a same door, same star, same god, but when they happen to appear in different palaces, it does actually gives different energy. And the second focus that I have picked up from lesson 15 is every every of these doors, stars, gods itself, they have their own elements, their 金木水火土 representation, and then their interaction with the palace can either make things better or make things worse. Yeah, so a very quick recap, if we look at the 9 palaces itself actually represents the environment that the person is in, and the overall it tells the overall situation per se. So what is important when we actually want to find this thing called the real energy, when we do reading, is actually we focus to look at the effect of the palace element interaction with the doors. Yeah, because like I just mentioned, palace is actually an overall environment, and the elements that it actually represents, it will affect the door, the stars, the god, and also the stamps, and all their elements would not change. Yeah, so um, having to find the real energy, it really bring a sharper reading than what we have learned previously, and it really helps to um, provide a holistic view of the reading, because every of the elements within a palace would have their different level of energies when they interact with the palace. And but as we actually do more readings, and to me I feel that if there's a questions that comes about, and we know certain questions, we have certain symbols and useful gods that we need to just zoom in and focus, um we I try not to run into this scenario where it is actually an analysis by paralysis, where we read too much into what is being presented to us, but rather we will just zoom in to focus on the useful gods, the useful symbols that is related to the questions that people ask us. So for example, when it talks about business opportunity, investment, zoom in to look out for Senmen. If we are looking at divinations to uh, check in about job opportunities, then look at Kaimen. And same thing if we are looking at health divination that we have just picked up from lesson 13 and 14, zoom in to look at their representative symbols, the Tian Rui Xing, the view door. Yeah, so very interesting to have progress until lesson 15 to have some glimpse into what actually goes beyond finding the real energy. But nonetheless, I think it is always useful and mindful about doing Tai Sui cleaning. At the same time, do check out the very high energy that is happening in whichever of the palaces, because that will actually impact on the overall reading. That's about it for lesson 15.